Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nana, and today I am doing probably the last build video and challenge for a while. So make it worth a while, I guess. I have done the micro house challenge. I looked at the challenge and I figured, you know what, that doesn't look that hard. So I did it myself. I enjoyed it. I succeeded pretty well, if I say so myself. I mean, I'm not a builder, definitely not. I'm a cast person, so the house itself is obviously nothing spectacular. But if you take that out of the equation, it wasn't that bad. I decided that I wanted to do another challenge. I guess I got inspired by the tiny living pack that came out. And I saw that people were redoing the challenge, but this time, tiny house with 100 tiles for 8 sims. Now, when I saw that, I don't think it's that hard. I mean, making it look good, I think that's the hard part. But if you're a builder and you do like a lot of houses and you decorate a lot of houses, I'm sure it's a lot easier. But I love the puzzling aspect of tiny houses. I love figuring out how to make everything work. And as much as like I said, I'm not a builder, so my houses are not spectacular. The decorating isn't that good. I do find that the challenge itself is not that hard. And probably a little strange. But I'm not a builder and I can't build for shit. So whenever I make a house in The Sims and, well, not make, I'll probably decorate it. But whenever I have a house in The Sims, I always have either a big house with almost no furniture, because I just can't do that. I can't make up my mind. I'll have a tinier house that I am able to fully furnish how I want it. I don't know, something about big houses just stresses me out so much. So a challenge like this is just fucking great. So I've never built a house for 8 sims in general. I mean, I'd never build houses in the first place, and if I do, it's really small usually and never really worth uploading to YouTube anyway. But I wanted to, like I said, do something different while I'm figuring my shit out and doing some cleaning in The Sims. And I just felt like doing a challenge. So my attempt of 100 tiles, 8 sims. I have to say that I did struggle a lot. I think I'll have a few disclaimers for this video. The house looks shit because I'm not a builder, and I don't practice ever, so that's that. The interior is probably also really shit because, once again, I never really do anything. And there might be 1 or 2 tiles too much or too little. I don't know. I don't count the tiles outside the house. I mean, there might be more than 100 if you count the ones outside of the house, but I figured the challenge is to make 8 sims live inside the house, and whatever is outside the house is just decoration. There's not really something they can use to live with. So I figured that's okay. But I can't do math for shit. So just in case there's more than 100 tiles, that's my excuse. I also struggled. You'll see that somewhere later in the video. Lots of sudden cuts and things that I skipped. But despite that I sped up the video, it was almost an hour. So I think that's too long for a video. I think I'm gonna do like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and cut out a lot of unnecessary things. But at one point I do start the roof, and my god, that was a struggle. Whenever I was doing the roof, I was just like, ugh. This is the reason why I don't like building. When I encounter a problem in cast or in gameplay, I never have stress, really. I enjoy it. Even if a sim looks ugly in cast, of course I can be really mad and frustrated with myself or with the game, but building a house brings out another level of stress, man, and I'm not up for that. Definitely not up for that. So yeah, I guess I mean, I really don't like talking much about the actual house because there's nothing really to talk about. I kind of dislike videos. They're usually just one and all house talk. But for today, I don't really have a good topic, so I think I'll just stick to the house. There's not much to say about it, though. I wanted it to be I don't know what I wanted. I figured if there's 8 Sims, it's probably 2 parents and 6 children. I couldn't really think a reason why there would be 3 adults or 4 adults and 4 children, unless it's a couple living together, 2 couples. But even so, it just didn't really make any sense, because if there's 4 adults living in one house, you'd think they can afford a bigger house, right? A more expensive house. So I just thought it's probably 2 parents with a lot of children, unexpected children. Let's just put that, like little accidents, 6 accidents. And they had to down the budget a little. So, oh yeah, did I mention there's nothing used in here from the Tiny Living pack? I know the challenge, well, it's not really a challenge, it's just in the game there's like a requirement, I think, to build or the requirements for a tiny house or micro house. I don't know what they call it. I don't have the pack, so I just have to guess from what I saw. But I think the requirements for a house like that has to be built with like 100 tiles. Now I don't know if there is a money, like a limit to the price. There probably is. However, since I don't own the pack, I couldn't really see myself, so I just figured, fuck it, I'm gonna make the budget unlimited, but stick to the 100 tiles and 8 Sims. And I feel like because I didn't use any Tiny Living stuff, you know, since I don't really have the pack, I can get away with the fact that, well, you know, there's unlimited money. So the budget is unlimited, but the house is still under 100. So yeah, it's not really, I guess, an official challenge, but if I did make this house with the pack, I guess it would have counted, unless there's a budget. I guess then we're way over the budget, but you can always just replace the items with cheaper versions, so really I guess it's not that big of a deal. So like I said, I imagine it to be 6 children. So what I wanted to do originally was put 2 beds downstairs for the children and then the rest upstairs. But as I was building, I realized I had a lot of tiles left, and I kind of used the background, the grass, as like my my notes, and I wrote down how many tiles I had left. And as I wrote down 11, and then when I went to count, I realized that there's not 28 tiles downstairs, there's actually like 35, and upstairs as well. So I came out that I had way more tiles than I expected, but I still had more tiles left than I counted originally. So I don't know how I made that mistake, but that just proves I can't do math for shit. I moved upstairs, and I was thinking, you know, if I'm a kid, do I want to share, you know, a bedroom with my siblings? Probably. If I have to, I would. If I was raised in an environment where I had to live with my siblings, I would. I mean, if I have 6 siblings, I would think there might be a sister in there, so I wouldn't mind sharing a room. If it was my brother, I would probably be like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. But I'm guessing if I had to, I wouldn't mind, but I wouldn't be happy sharing a room with all of my siblings. So I was also thinking, well, what's more realistic? In fact, I mean, the whole layout is, I guess, not really realistic, but how can you make a house for 8 Sims realistic, right? It's not like real life where you can use move objects, and I didn't even have a chance to use the cheats. I would have been able to fit more in closer, use any cheats for that. I thought it would add like another extra challenge to that, but I figured I'll split up the room and give them all their own room, so I did that. And in the end, I guess everyone has their own room. The kids upstairs all have their own rooms. I mean, there's 2 per room besides a toddler. And downstairs, the parents have their own room, because honestly, if they're gonna woohoo, it's just gonna be so annoying to, you know, move them out. And there is 1 bed downstairs. Now, I just figured, realistically, there's always going to be children that want to move bed or swap beds. It depends how old they are, I guess. But, you know, sometimes one child may want to sit in a room with their siblings. And some nights, maybe he's like, fuck it, I'm going to lay downstairs and, you know, lay under the stairs, downstairs, under the stairs. I mean, it's not ideal to have a bed near the dining table and the front door and the stairs, but I just figured in my mind, it's not necessarily a room, it's more so a spare bed that they put downstairs so that if any of the kids want some privacy, they can have privacy. It makes no sense, but you know what? I gotta roll with it. So in any case, if one of the Sims is like, oh fuck it, I'm getting tired of all these bitches around me, they can just go downstairs, lay on the stairs, have a peace of mind. I mean, yeah, so I even managed to cramp in. I mean, I didn't even have to cramp in anything. I had so much more space than the last video. And at one point, I had so much space, I didn't know what to do with myself anymore. I already gave everyone a room, so that was out of the question. And then I already had the bathroom, even made the bathroom bigger because I had space for that. And I gave the parents a couch. I was like, what am I gonna do with myself? I mean, I could have squeezed in probably a living room. If I really wanted to, I could have changed the layout and make a living room. But honestly, I feel like these tiny houses aren't really meant to have luxury. I think they're more for people who want a simplistic life, and I think I already gave them pretty. I don't think the house in the end turned out that bad. It's not great, but for my poor skills, I think it's fine. And yeah, I definitely, I guess, nailed the chat. I mean, okay, in the end, I spent like 2 hours on this, and I think I spent an hour total. Maybe less than an hour. An hour is probably exaggerated, but I spent a good chunk of time on the roof and the outside of the house, not even the inside. Like the inside was planned out. Once I knew what I wanted, it was like done. But the outside took so long. Oh, it was so long. So that's probably the only thing that I'm like, oh, I just got so fed up with it. In the end, there were a few things. After I changed the windows last minute, I felt like it would make more sense if they had some curtains. But once I started working on the curtains, I was like, oh, I'm so over this. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my channel. Leave a comment down below and roast me on my house skills. Oh, did I do the challenge right? And is there a budget? I mean, I'll probably find it out anyway. I mean, eventually I'll buy the new pack. I always say I won't, and then eventually I cave in and I buy it. But I guess when that time comes, it'll come, and we shall see. But there's definitely not going to be another building challenge. I'm so done with building challenges. I'm so done. Anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna end this video here before this video is way too long.